to my channel. As you can see today, we have my husband on with us, and we are just going to do a super quick video of 5 questions about home birth that we came up with. And it's going to be from the husband's perspective. So all of you future dads out there, if your wife is interested in having a home birth, he is going to give you kind of the husband-man perspective on that. I've talked extensively about my experience with home birth and how ours went. So if you're interested in watching those videos, I would highly recommend you go to my pregnancy playlist, and you can find all of them there. So I have just 5 questions right here that we wrote down, and we're just going to go over them really quickly. Before we get into the questions, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button and the bell so that you don't miss any of my future videos. I have a lot of homeschool content coming out soon, so let's get started with the questions. So the first one is it safe for both mother and baby?
I think it felt very safe during our home birth. I mean, I think as any father or husband, you're going to get nervous, scared, because you don't have that hospital safe place, right? Because you always think that, you know, if something were to go wrong, that you're not in a hospital. And so I think, you know, going into it, I definitely had that aspect to it where I just, you know, kind of was worried about, you know, whether or not if something were to happen, you know, bleeding or something just that went wrong, that you know, we're not in a hospital. And so that just, you know, kind of had me a little scared. However, we live in a pretty small town, so a hospital is pretty close nearby, and we could have gotten there really quickly if any issues were to happen during her pregnancy. Luckily, it only lasted 20 minutes. Sorry, not her pregnancy, but her labor. So that's why, you know, my fears were kind of nice and easy because it went so quickly.
Question number 2 is home birth covered by insurance?
So most home births are not covered by insurance, but I think that's why, you know, people who are curious about home births want to have them, because it takes out a hospital aspect of it, and they can have it at home in a calm, safe space. Mm-hmm. And so, you know, we had one of our children that was not covered by insurance, so it was kind of a hefty bill on us. So when I was talking with the midwife about the financial piece of it, it just kind of put me at ease, because it wasn't as much as I thought it was going to be. Mm-hmm. And so it just made me think that, you know, we could do this at home and feel safe about it. You know, however, if you think you're not going to have a natural birth and you're going to need medications and so forth like that, then yeah, you probably want to have a birth at a hospital, because that they're going to have epidurals and all that stuff that will be covered by insurance.
The cost difference definitely comes into play when you are talking about those interventions, those pain medications, and definitely a cesarean. Those will all be a little bit higher as a hospital bill, whereas if you're doing it at home, more likely than not, you're trying to do it all natural, like Andrew said, and so that's going to keep those intervention costs down. But, you know, you could be pleasantly surprised, so make sure you ask your insurance provider if they do cover any kind of services offered by midwives for your home birth. But like he said, ours did not cover anything. Question number 3. Are the midwives knowledgeable?
We actually had 3 different midwives throughout the whole pregnancy labor experience. Just because 2 of them were that's actual midwives, that they were for every appointment and during the birthing process, and then one was on call that we talked to at one of the
false labors.
So she came by and talked to our midwives, and she was extremely knowledgeable. She had been doing it for 20 plus years.
Yeah.
And so to just be able to talk to these people, and you know, I mean, this is their job. They're delivering babies daily, And so to be at ease, to know that like this is their one and only job, I think it made me feel at ease to know that they knew so much about the childbirth process, how Beth's body was reacting to each week, and just kind of put my mind at ease during the whole process.
Question number 4. In your opinion, how was it different from our hospital births?
It was a lot different just because that was, very calm. There was no one here besides us.
Yeah.
And so, there wasn't, people coming in and out of our room. There wasn't, hearing other people in other rooms during having their childbirth experience. Yeah. So, it was nice and calm and quiet. The only, aspect of it was just because it happened so quickly.
You almost had to deliver.
Yeah, so me having almost delivered the child was not fun. But I think just the process of having it at home kind of kept us at ease, kept me at ease, just because, it's like our own bed, it's our own house, and we can kind of do whatever we want because we're not in the hospital.
Yeah. How was that, sleeping in your own bed rather than sleeping on those hospital couches?
Yeah, it was definitely a lot better.
Yeah. And not being woken up every 30 minutes, Yeah. Question number 5. What are the biggest misconceptions about a home birth? And culturally or your own before you knew?
Well, I think the misconceptions are that it just, it's not safe because you're not in a hospital, right? Mm-hmm. So everybody's going to tell you that, you need to have your baby in a hospital because that's the safe place. And that's where our culture has kind of brainwashed us as thinking that,
that's the only place.
It's the only place where you could, have a baby. I think that's the misconception of that. Another one is, I think, midwives, they're not doctors, so they don't know as much, and they not quite know what they're doing, which, as we just talked about a little bit earlier, is not true because, this is what they do every single day. Mm-hmm. And so they know exactly what they're doing, and they have all the right knowledge of it.
I would just add that, we definitely got a lot of pushback from our families about it, and so I think it's kind of like homeschooling. You have all of these culturally fed ideas about certain topics until you actually experience them. But like he was saying, we never felt in danger. We never felt unsafe at any point in the pregnancy or during the labor or even postpartum at all, because they are extremely knowledgeable and they're not working on a clock or a timeline for anything. And so they're letting nature take the front seat, and then they're just kind of watching you and waiting for your body's cues and your cues, and that's kind of how they play the whole birth process. From a misconception standpoint, it's sad that people think that you have to go to the hospital to have a baby. If you choose to, that's your choice. Every woman has their choice where to have their baby, but I'm just saying, if the only reason you're not considering home birth is because you don't think it's safe or anything like that, I highly encourage you to keep watching a lot of home birth videos, and you will see that midwives are actually incredibly capable of handling the situation. Overall, how was your experience?
I think it was a great experience where, we felt God's presence during the whole thing and just felt calm and just natural.
Yeah. Yeah, and safe. It was more safe to me than being in a hospital, just because, like he said, we were in our house, on our bed. Our stuff was around us. There weren't machines beeping. I wasn't tied up to a monitor all the time. And so, it was incredibly natural and just super chill. In my birth vlog, I'll link it up top, but it was dark the whole time. It was dark, And you can't get that in the hospital because they have to have lights so that people can see. Thank you so much for watching our video about a husband's perspective on home birth. Overall, thumbs up, right? Yep, overall thumbs up for home birth. If you have any other questions for this guy, leave them in the comments and I will have him answer them. But thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video really soon. Bye!